you make it go clap, 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 clap.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Corner Store release event. I'm your host Jersey Mike.
And I'm Shane Washington. We are here at Lace Sneaker Boutique event.
And today we're officially kicking off the Corner Store More as a podcast. So we'll be heard on different platforms such as Google Music, Spotify, and Anchor.
Also, the Corner Store and More will be showcasing local talented entrepreneurs here in this area.
So let's get to it.
The hammer and the wrench. I pull up in that $250,000 off the lot. Oh, now she tryna be friends like I forgot. Show off my diamonds like I'm signed by the rock. Ain't pushing out his baby's telly by the rock. Hey yo, I been on.
What up, world? Welcome to another episode of the Corner Store, giving you what you need and a whole lot more. I'm your host, the Dab Daddy, aka Mr. Z.
And I'm your host, Tanyetta, and we're here today at Lace Sneaker Boutique, and our first guest is Shane Washington.
Hey.
Before we start, I want to introduce what I brought from the Corner Store. Of course, we always bring this as some nostalgia going on, so
okay.
I want to tell you what I got from there, and I think everybody's favorite, apple heads and lemon heads.
Okay.
So, of course, I want to start at,
right there.
That's right, old school. So, you know, always got to bring something from that Corner Store, and I want to give a shout out to, I think it's Valero over there across from the laundromat.
So, we got Shamanda Washington right here, old classmate of mine. We actually graduated together in 2009. So, Sham, let's talk about the sneaker store that you have and tell them what's the meaning of the name that you came up with the store.
The meaning of the name is Lace, but it's love and conquer every dream. And it's basically just doing anything that you want to do, chasing after your dreams. I know, I'm an African American female, and it's something that, I'm a minority in two categories, right? African American and female. So it's important for me to go after what I want. Other people in this world are able to, do the things that they want, and we are sometimes frowned upon. So I just kind of wanted to reach out to the youth, more importantly in this community, just kind of show them and highlight that you can do anything you want in this world.
Exactly. So I know when we was in school, you was a real big sneakerhead. It always was about your shoes. Amanda had the flyer shoes in school, hands down, given. So who helped you come up with this idea, or was something that you came up on your own, or it's more, I know it's a passion of yours because you've always been into sneakers?
It was something that I came up on my own, but to say that I put this sneaker store together, I would be giving a disservice to my family. Hand by hand, I didn't hire anyone to do none of this work in here, but Cody Owens, I want to shout him out. Cody did my artwork in here. But I just want to give a huge shout out to my family, my mom, my aunt, my uncle, everything in the store they did by themselves. We didn't hire any outside people to do anything, so I just kind of wanted to keep it in the family. But as far as the idea behind the store, I started thinking about it honestly in 2014, and we're here in 2018. But I say that to say, don't give up, because that was 4 years ago, and my store just opened a month ago. So it's an idea that I had on to. Actually, all the legal paperwork for the store was completed January of 2017.
Oh, wow.
So I started doing that, getting the business registered with Virginia, the LLC. It wasn't a hard process. So if you're looking to start a business, you want more information about it, it's free. Come in the store, it's free knowledge. So just the sneaker passion, that's something that I've always had. I get that from my mom. So, she bought all the shoes for me. So it's just kind of something I want to get back to the community, and especially the kids. Everybody has cool shoes. That's the thing.
Right.
So that's one thing that we have in common. So I just kind of wanted to give that back to the community.
All right. Tell us a little bit of your background, what you did after high school and whatnot.
After high school, I went to Mary Baldwin College, it's now university, and I graduated in 2013. I had a sociology degree, a bachelor's degree. Stayed for about 2 or 3 years working with kids, working in the school system, and then also did in-home counseling services as well. Now, I live in Maryland. I've been in Maryland for 3 years now, 3 years almost to this date actually. I am a teacher at a alternative school in Largo, Maryland, the foundation school. My first 2 years there, I was a guidance counselor. I liked it, but I wanted to do something else. So I asked to talk to my principal, and I said, hey, I want to try teaching. And she was like, I think you would be the best person for it. So this year, we start school September 4th. I'll be a teacher, probably the youngest teacher there.
I remember that.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing now. I'm still, like, I have my shoe store, but I still have my 9 to 5. It's important to me to not give up on that. So yeah, it's different being up in Maryland and DC. I'm working with inner city kids.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Once school starts, how are you gonna be able to maneuver between back and forth between here and there?
Okay, so like I highlighted before, I have a wonderful support system. My family's here. I have my aunt. I'm gonna shout them out. It's Marilyn Washington. That's my mom. My aunt, Latrice Maddox, my cousin Khalid Maddox, my brother Amon Washington. They've been a big support to me. Even my grandma. Like when we was building the store, she came here and painted the shelves for me. And my grandma is she's like 75. So it's just a blessing to like keep them around. So when I'm at school, they'll be here helping me out. The goal actually is probably within the next couple months, I want to get an intern from like each school system in here, kind of like
nice.
just like show them the business. And like once I have a business, so once I get the money right, I want to hire people to actually work in here, so I don't have to be in here every weekend, and my family doesn't have to be. So that's something that I'm looking to do with the next couple of months. And that's Prince Edward County, Cumberland, Buckingham, also.
So you trying to get other chains, or you just want to primarily focus on it?
Right now, I just want to focus on this one. There's some things I want to do out of this. Like I want to do a mentoring program that comes. It's still going to be Lace mentoring program. Something I want to do. I want to kind of gear towards sports. I mean, I was big on that in sports. I played varsity softball, basketball. I want to kind of like shout myself out, all state in that. So it's just kind of something I wanted to do. And I came back to a football game. It was about 5 years ago, and I was just looking around. I'm like, what happened? Like, what's going on? And it just wasn't the same. So I kind of just want to like bring that back, like not only for Prince Edward, but for Cumberland and Buckingham and all the other people.
That's great. It definitely seemed like a nice place to like hang out, especially for the kids, because nowadays they don't really have nowhere to just like have that place to just hang out and feel comfortable.
Right.
And it's great that you chose to come back home and to do this. It's the perfect thing because we don't have a sneaker store like this here in Farmville, which is absolutely great.
Right.
I have a question now. You've got family support. What do you think is the main key to having successful company base? What do you to at least start off? Give it to the people that's out there that want to start their own business, want to be an entrepreneur. What's the main keys to that?
I'll say this. I'm working with my immediate family. Sometimes you gotta separate the personal and the business. I'm 27. The last month and a half, I've grown up because I had to realize like it was personal, but with business, it was business. And I appreciate my family for like understanding that. Like some of the decisions I make personally may be like the worst decisions, but when it comes to making a business decision, it was a good decision. So and also for like young entrepreneurs, like everybody will tell you like this is what you should do, or this is how I would do it. But at the end of the day, they're not doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like don't like listen to people that want to like get. It's okay to like take advice, but to keep giving the ears. I'll do this and I'll do that. Do it your way.
Well, it was good having you. All right. Anything else you'd like to say before we head off?
I would just like to say, like, I just want to shout out a couple of people for just like stopping by. My man Talib, Amonte, Malik, G, a couple of people that I don't even know. I want to appreciate y'all for stopping by. Tanyetta, like, it's just so great to like, work with people that you went to high school with. I never thought in a million years I would come back to Farmville with a shoe store. And it's nothing against Farmville, but it feels good to be back home. So I just want to shout out those people.
Good. All right.
Thank y'all for having me.
You're more than welcome.
It's been great. Thank y'all.
And with that, we signing off on the Corner Store and More, giving you what you need and a whole lot more.
All right.
All right, and we're back with the Corner Store and More. We have our next guest, Malik Nash, owner of Lico Sneaker Care.
How y'all doing?
All right, we're doing good now. Can you kind of give us a background story on what made you getting started with cleaning sneakers?
Well, it pretty much came from me having shoes and having problems on shoes that I really didn't know anybody that worked on shoes. So I just kind of took the initiative myself to learn how to. And now it's 2018, so most people gonna look at your shoes before they look at your face.
That's a whole fact, because I definitely do that.
So, yeah.
Definitely do that. Okay. So now, what? Like, did you Google it? Like, how did you? Like, did you self-taught type of thing with cleaning the sneakers?
I look at videos on YouTube and I talk to people that work on shoes too. So it's kind of a little bit of both.
Okay.
So what made you how did you decide to come about? Was it something personally that happened to a specific pair of shoes that you had?
Yeah. It was,
And is it limited to just sneakers? Can you do dress shoes? I got plenty of dress shoes.
yeah. I wanna change it from illegal sneaker care to legal shoe care. So
Okay.
I feel like I can cover all shoes. So I just want to change to that. And I forgot the other part to the question.
Was it a personal thing? Like,
Oh,
how
yeah,
you started
yeah.
with cleaning sneakers?
I had a pair of Jordans, a pair of Chartreuse 14s, and the sole was coming off. And I loved the shoe so much that I wanted to fix it. I just didn't know anybody that could. So it just took me maybe a couple years to get everything down pat and finally put on the shoe.
Okay, so any shoe can be saved.
Any shoe.
Wow.
I know that's right. I got a couple pair of my phone.
So share with us what you have right there. I see you got two, pair of shoes right there.
All right. Pretty much this is the suede over time on the shoe. It loses its color. It depends on how much you wear the shoe, how active you are with the shoe. So I dyed the suede black on this one.
So you added more dye to it. So you recolored it.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is pretty much the shoe, how it looks before the suede
Big difference.
dye is applied.
Huge difference.
Nice. So what is your key for the white sneakers? What do you do with those? Say I give you a pair of, white sneakers that's kind of rough looking. What do you do? I used to, me personally, when I had sneakers, I would use a toothbrush and do like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like, what do you do? What is your key? For example, like get a white shoe.
Alright, first for me, I would have to know what kind of material the shoe is
Okay.
in order to know how to clean it. Okay. So if it's just like a basic leather shoe, I have like shoe brushes I use to clean shoes. I still have toothbrushes too.
Okay.
And if it's like a mesh shoe, something like Roche Run or something like that, I clean that totally different than I clean basic leather shoe, because the dirt can get packed down and you want to really get as much as you can out. So,
I got you.
Suede shoes. A lot of people think you have to clean the suede. Sometimes you really don't have to get it wet like the cleaner. It's a certain brush and it's like another tool that comes with the brush that I use to.
So where does the dye come into play? Do you use actual, like what kind of dye, like material dye?
It's just suede dye. It's a brand that I use, Angelus. They pretty much been making stuff for shoes since like early 1900s.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
So far as branding wise, like far as expanding, what other type of shoes you gonna be doing? So give us an example of other shoes you can fix.
First, starting off with sneakers, I can fix sneakers. I mean, pretty much.
Like women's heels? You do
Yeah,
like
I can
heels
fix
and stuff like
I can
that?
fix heels.
Okay.
Women's flats. For any kind of shoe you can bring to me, and I can leave you with it.
Definitely throwing a whole lot of sneakers away and shoes because I couldn't get them fixed, so I know where I need to take them down.
They have
Got a
a
couple
lot.
as we speak.
They have a lot more life in them.
Definitely. Especially favorite pairs of sneakers. A lot of times you're like, dang, it's my favorite pair. You ain't gonna find them no more.
Yeah, that's how it can be sometimes.
So, okay, this is great. It's a great, actually, business because a lot of people around here, just not here, but everywhere, people are really into their sneakers nowadays.
Yeah, and
And we definitely need something like this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Definitely.
A lot of people, they don't have the time to actually do it themselves. They're
True.
so busy, so I just kind of look at myself like, I'm going to be.
And really, if you think about it, they don't have a lot of. I remember growing up, they had shoe repair places and stuff. You don't see that no more. So it's good to find
Yeah.
somebody like you.
Bring it back to life.
That's right, to bring it back to life. You know. So give us your site where we can hit you up at.
You can find me on Facebook at Lico Sneaker Care, Instagram Lico Shoe Care. I'm gonna just change the name to Lico Shoe Care so you know I cover everything. That's pretty much all the social media that I have.
Gotcha. Tell them where you from, where you out of.
I'm from Buckingham, about 30 minutes away from here. I've been living here since like 2004, so
Gotcha.
I pretty much know everybody. In touch with everybody, so they really know that I work on shoes and stuff like that.
Definitely be hearing people talk about you. So you definitely, your name is definitely ringing bells, and definitely gonna have my business real soon.
Thank you. Shout out to those people too.
No doubt. And on to another episode. We'd like to thank Malik for coming in for another episode of the Corner Store and More, giving what you need and a whole lot more.
Sports Base Radio, man, your favorite source of sports and hip hop. I am your man Rain, and of course, alongside my boy Juan the Maven, and we got our special guest for today. We got Sham. Sham runs the Lace Boutique right here from Farmville, just opened up not too long ago. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
Lace Boutique stands for Love and Conquer Every Dream. It's here on Main Street. I think I'm one of the only black-owned businesses on Main Street, I think, other than Struts. So that's a big thing for me. Been here since July 7th. It's a buy-sell trade. We buy shoes on Sundays until 5. Come in and get the latest sneakers. Typically nothing over retail. That's a good thing about it.
Right,
I think I may have like 2 things over retail. Other than that, everything is pretty much affordable. I know how times get hard around here. Like people still want the coolest shoes, so just come here, get them for a good price.
What's up? I mean, I'm looking at the spot, and the first thing that sticks out when you come up in here is like the design, whatever. Who'd you get the design like this building, like this one?
Actually, all my family. Like, as far as like the wall paneling, I was just like so happy to be walking through those. And I was like, oh, this might look good on the wall. My uncle, shout him out, Marlo, he did all the wall paneling for me. So like Cody Owens, he did my art for me. So it was pretty much all family, like a couple people, outside people that did the design.
That's what's up to me.
I may chime in. You said Cody did the art for you. What was it about him that made you pick him between anybody who could have done the art for you? As far as Cody.
Cody, I've been like knowing Cody since Cody been around here. Like he used to always do like the airbrush shirts and stuff like that. And I just kind of wanted to do something different, like just to kind of make it look cool in here, not your typical, modern shoe store. Like it comes in here, it's a nice vibe to it. So Cody was like, when I first thought about it, I was like, oh, I gotta get Cody. Cody's dope. Like he's a great artist. So he came in here. I kind of let him do his thing with it. I didn't give him a direction, so he came in and did his thing with it. So.
Yeah, Cody did quite a few of my airbrush t-shirts back in the day.
Yeah.
But I mean, like when you come up in here, you get kind of like that barbershop type of feel or whatever. Is that the direction that you wanted the place to be in?
Yeah, that's the direction. Like, I don't mind people coming in here just chilling out. Don't necessarily have to buy anything. Like, just come in here and talk. It don't have to be nothing serious. Come in here, have a good laugh, good conversation. So I kind of want it to be a place where, if you want to come in here and like release some stress, just come in here and just like walk around, just this chill environment. So that was my thought process. Just very open.
Definitely get that Bond Sway type of feel.
Yeah.
The idea of bringing a shoe store to Farmville, was it more so of, was entrepreneurship the bigger deal, or was it the bigger deal of giving back to home?
The biggest deal was giving back to home. I had no clue how to be an entrepreneur. Like when I did it, I was like, it was never like, oh, let me bring this back to Farmville because I'm about to make hella money.
Right.
That's not, it's Farmville.
Okay.
Like, I wanted to bring this back to Farmville because I feel like it would have a good feel. Like, it's something in the community that's different. I'm 27, like, We ain't never had nothing like this in Farmville. You got the shoe department, which you got the Indy Sports, but this is a whole different field right here. So it was never about, oh, let me just make all this money in Farmville. Because, I mean, if I wanted to make all this money, I live in Maryland, I open a store in D.C. It doesn't mean anything to me to open that in D.C., Maryland. I just live there. This is where I'm from.
All right, so of course, I mean, we are sports based, so we got to get into a little bit of sports. So of course, go ahead and let the people know who your team is.
My football team was the Washington Redskins.
Don't
you say anything.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I like the Redskins. Also, I root for the Raiders. My brother, shout out to my mom, watching. He's a huge Raiders fan, so I root for them too.
Well, all right, so just a little bit of sports talk for you. How do you feel about Adrian Peterson coming to y'all?
Honestly, I was a little iffy about it, but watching him last night, I think he had 11 carries, I think 6 yards. He didn't look too bad. And with our drafted running back, he's out with a torn ACL, so I think AP will come in and like get that veteran leadership. And then we got Samadi Piron and Rob Kelly, who I'm not a fan of. So I would rather it be Adrian Peterson if anybody, as far as people on our roster. So I feel pretty good about it.
Okay, all right. So as a Redskins fan, I mean, I'm not even gonna do the Cowboy thing. I'm just gonna ask you Redskins question. But you seem like a knowledgeable fan. I mean, you know. So how did you feel with the team bucking on giving Alex Smith? I mean, not giving Kirk Cousins his money versus bringing in Alex Smith? Like, where do you stand with that?
Honestly, I think Kirk Cousins was like mediocre. Like, I mean, he did his job. He was just like an average Joe. I don't really see too much difference with Alex Smith.
You think Alex Smith is a better quarterback?
A little bit. Like, as far as like intangibles, like leadership,
right.
I think he can come in and take control of the locker room more than Kirk did. But as far as skill level, they like right on the same. So I don't think we gained an advantage right here. I don't think we did. I just don't.
I think the shot still in the position that you was in, because like you said, like Alex Smith, like nobody can really say that Kirk Cousins is better than Alex Smith. I mean,
I think Kirk Cousins is better than Alex Smith.
Really?
I think he's liable to put up 5,000 yards in the season. He might throw some interceptions. He might not be as I don't know, efficient.
Right.
You want to chime in? You can chime in if you want to chime in.
Chime in.
All right, look, real quick, let's do this. Hold up, wait a minute. This is all I want to say about this. You tell me if you want to talk about Alex Smith. Alex Smith. Real quick, and I'm gonna just say my part on this. Alex Smith. Let's look at the weapons, and you a Redskin fan, so vouch for me on this. If you go ahead and look at what Alex Smith had compared to what Cousins had, you tell me on the Redskins where there's a Kelsey.
It's not.
Thank you. There's no Kelsey on the Redskins.
There's no Kelsey, but Jordan Reed.
Jordan Reed is not a Kelsey. That's not.
No, I say he's a Kelsey, but I'm saying if he's healthy, that's his go-to. Jordan Reed, he's always.
Look at the backfield Kansas City had. Look at the weapons he had. Y'all need to realize, you know.
How often has he had these weapons though?
He had.
Like you act like these guys is veterans.
He had. First of all, they should have beat Tennessee.
The running back was a rookie. That's a rookie time.
Rookie. Do you see the stats he put up? It doesn't matter if you're a rookie. It doesn't matter if you're a rookie or you're a veteran. We're looking at numbers. You want to look at numbers? Let's look at the numbers. Come on now.
My point is, you talking about like he done had these things all these years.
He had them last year.
He had them last year, but this dude's like a 13-year veteran quarterback. Yeah. What about the other 12 years is what I'm talking about.
God. I'm going on the body work from last season. You're only as good as your last. Yeah, let's talk about last season. So that's what I'm looking at. But I mean, as far as Alex Smith going in, me personally, from an eye point of view, and I don't really follow the Chiefs nor the Redskins that much, but anyone can see that when you have surrounding team that you have with Kansas City, you should be somewhat decent. That's all I'm saying. Give Kirk Cousins that and we'll see. We're going to see how he do in Minnesota, and then we'll dead this whole conversation.
So who's better? Because it seems like you making the point that Cousins is better.
You can't compare that because you cannot compare that body of work because they don't have the same cast members as far as comparing who Kirk Cousins had to. So once we see this year and we see what the surrounding team Kirk Cousins had, then we'll talk about the Alex Smith debate. Because the team that's with Minnesota is more of a similar team to what the Kansas City Chiefs have than what the Redskins have in Kansas City
So you
Chiefs.
think
Then
Kirk
we'll
was
discuss that.
overpaid? Because I think he was.
Oh, he's overpaid.
He's definitely not overpaid.
But I'm not gonna say he's a garbage quarterback, and I think he's better than Alex. To me, I think he's better than Alex. But I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm out.
All right. That was made a good point. But all right, so let's speak. How long we got? Give me a second. We got a little bit. All right, so talk to us a little bit about your basketball team.
My basketball team, Miami Heat, since 2003. My man is Dwayne Wade.
He's a Wade.
LeBron's not your man.
LeBron is I'm not gonna say he's a GOAT because I'm about to get a whole lot of backlash for that. LeBron is great. LeBron is a complete player, but my guy Dwayne Wade, we're not gonna mention Michael Jordan in this podcast. We're not mentioning him and LeBron in the same sentence. But I'm a Heat fan.
All right, but look,
to the day I die.
look. On Sports Days, we take the backlash.
All right.
We make our personal bold prediction.
Okay.
Or that board. We put our assumptions out there. Who would you say? Because I'm gonna put you on the spot now. Who would you say is the GOAT? You got Jordan, LeBron, Kobe. Out of those three, let's just narrow it down because you can definitely go further back and name a ton of great players, but that's pretty much where people are at. Is either Kobe, LeBron, or Jordan.
Okay. Let me break it down a little bit. Just off the gut, I'm gonna go LeBron. Just to go. And I know people like to say, oh, he don't have as many rings as Jordan. Well, if we going off rings, Jordan not the GOAT. If we going off rings, but people forget about Kobe. I personally thought Kobe was better than Jordan.
Why?
Personally.
Why did you think that? I just want to know why. You gotta tell me why. Because Kobe done did everything well. He's like, to me, Kobe's a lesser version of Jordan.
I give you that.
Like everything.
I give you that.
So how is he better if he's a lesser version? If you just gave me that.
Nah. Jordan's not my era. He's not my era.
And I agree. Because you know what? When they talk about point guards and they talk about Magic Johnson and stuff like
I'm
that.
AI. That's my era.
You know. Okay.
So, just got my GOAT is LeBron. Is he my favorite player?
Right.
I can't say Wade is the GOAT because that's my favorite player.
Right.
My GOAT is LeBron.
Yeah, my favorite player is Carmelo Anthony.
What?
Yeah.
So can you call Melo up and tell him like he just kind of washed up now? Like, can you please call him up?
Melo, you know what? And I'm a Melo fan because I'm a Denver Nuggets fan. We won't wrap it up, but like he was so much better when I'm gonna say his earlier years in New York or whatever. Like and once he got there and like he started going through all his own relationship issues and all that good stuff, and then won more money. Like, and even now, like he just can't accept the fact that he's a six man.
Yep.
Or whatever. Like he still think that he's a starter. He still think that he's great.
Right.
And he's still that same Carmelo Anthony from back in the day.
He's not that guy. I think he would help teams out if he just came to realization he was 6 Maybe.
Come on. Alright, that's Sports Base Radio, man. We will definitely be back, man. We definitely got more for you, man. Sports Base Radio, your favorite source of sports and hip hop. We got Shane.
Yeah.
Man, Sports Base Radio, we back. Your favorite source of sports and hip hop. Yeah. Dude, up in here, my dude Nico. Alright. Nico, I mean, tell the people, man, we know that you do your shoe detailing. Like, how did that come about? Like, as far as you making it into your own personal business.
I had shoes in the past that stuff happened to me. I really didn't know where I could fix them, so I just did it.
Right.
It all came about you having this shoe. And you didn't want to just put the shoe on the recycle bin. You there's something about the shoe that you wanted to restore.
Yeah. I just
What was it? What type of, was it Jordan? Was it Adidas? Was it some Bobos?
It was Jordan 14s, and I just think the colorway is so smooth. It's like white, chartreuse green, black.
Well, I got a pair of Jordans now that I don't think once my toes start busting out that bitch, I still ain't get it. Nah, I'll put some tape on it. Nah, well, alright, so look. Quick question, like, can you take shoes, I mean, are you just detailing shoes or do you, like, customize shoes as far as, can you change colors on the shoes or add color, like, if somebody wants to, or is it just, like, strictly just cleaning up, like, detail?
Right now, I just restore shoes. I want to get into customizing shoes.
Yeah.
So I know it's just on the process and it takes time. So I'm not trying to rush it.
Right. I mean, is that like, I mean, of course, you know, a lot of people on Facebook, and I know, I seen somebody, not the, you know, I don't want to go against the name, but I seen somebody hook up some Air Force One and put the little Redskin Jones on it, so they were sharing them all over Facebook, and, you know, it looked like somebody probably airbrushed it or whatever, but I mean, it looked official. So, I mean, trying to deliver like information out you just in case I want my Detroit Lions shoes.
Okay.
Speaking of which, of course, we are sports based, so we gotta ask you about your football team. So
I'm a fan of Washington Redskins. So I want to talk.
yes.
What do they stand right now in the division as far as NFC East?
I don't even know.
You don't sound too confident, man. What's up?
There guys those really afloat.
Right.
We got Adrian Peterson.
He's at the end of the road.
You know, yeah, he's old.
Hey, but look,
I ain't gonna say he's old, but he's older. Most running backs, they don't really make it to that age. So, you know.
I mean, I think that with as good as that, like he was, like regardless of what, he's still going to at least be basic. Like.
I think he's going to have a little impact, not as much as probably everybody thinks. But I think one of the running backs we already have on our team would probably be something.
Who is there?
Come on, Matt Jones.
Nah, we don't have. He
I mean,
was on the East.
no. Kelly dude.
Rob Kelly.
Yeah, Rob Kelly.
That's who you believe in?
Or,
You believe in that guy?
Look,
he's going to be productive.
Is he?
He's going to be productive.
So what?
I don't think it's no running back that can take care of his guys' place.
Let me ask you a question that we'll pick back on a question that we asked Sham a second ago. Was talking about the quarterback. Where do you stand? Cousins, give him the money or take the board from the Chiefs?
I'm going to take Alex Smith.
You would take Alex Smith. And why? Because that was a big deal. Like,
yeah.
Chain of quarterbacks is, you know, that's a
franchise. I think he kind of fits in our system good because it's a difference, but it's not too much of a difference for him. I think he would be good. Kirk Cousins, I think he wanted to play for us, but I don't know.
You don't feel like his heart was there?
I don't think so.
So who's going to throw the ball to? Like, who's going to be the number one wide receiver?
Josh Dotson.
Josh Dotson.
Yeah. As long as he can stay healthy this season.
All right.
As long as he can stay healthy.
Right.
Or hold on, I might take that back. I'm gonna take that back. Jordan Reed.
Jordan Reed.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that back.
Yeah, man, they was getting on Jordan Reed a second ago, but I always felt like as long as he's healthy, he's a pretty good tight end.
Yeah, top 3 tight end. When he's healthy.
Let me see. Let's think about that.
Y'all don't know? Y'all don't feel that way? When he's healthy, he's top 3.
I don't feel that.
Well, but you gotta think the production of the tight end is only based on the quarterback. So if you got a quarterback that'll feed it to him, then yeah, or whatever. But I mean, you got Alex Smith, so I think the way that he did Kelsey,
I put Kelsey wrong and Ertz on there.
Yeah, but see, but even with Ertz, though, you know, he just had they had a quarterback that'll feed it to him.
He played with 2 quarterbacks, and they both fed it to him. So That's not the way you eat. That's the quarterback.
Yeah, I'm about to say. It's hungry while
But if
waiting.
you got 2 feet until you both eating, that means it's a little bit more what you doing. Running your route the right way, getting open, getting separation away from the defenders. More so than what the quarterback doing. What I mean,
Don't sleep on Vernon Davis.
Oh yeah. I was wondering why neither you or Sham bought a Vernon Davis. Vernon Davis old as hell.
I understand
But
that.
he's still a monster.
Yeah.
Still a monster. You never sleep on Vernon Davis.
no,
What? You don't have faith in Vernon?
I'm not.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Vernon do his thing, man. Like, Vernon was old last season when he still did
Can
it.
I ask you a question real quick? How you feel losing one of your best linebackers?
Talking about Travis Frederick? Man, you sound like you're happy about that. And he damn sure happy about that.
I'm just asking.
That is a shame. You should be ashamed of yourself. This man got some life-threatening disease, and you over there keep king. But I mean, hey, okay.
Well,
However you want to have it. But let me tell you how I feel, man. I wish him a speedy recovery. It's bigger than football.
Yeah.
You know, this dude literally has a disease.
Yeah.
Like, these guys, football players, at the end of the day, that's their job. But, you know, he got kids, he's a married man. I care about his health and well-being first.
Yeah.
So, I just wish him a speedy recovery outside of football.
Yeah.
I wish injuries to no man.
Yeah.
And that's just how I feel about that.
How you think it's going to impact your team?
I think it's going to impact us to a certain extent, but you can't say, oh, my center is hurt as a reason for us to suck. You can't use that as an excuse to suck. I saw a team last year in the Philadelphia Eagles win the Super Bowl without their starting quarterback. I saw a team in the Philadelphia Eagles last year that won the Super Bowl without their starting left tackle. I saw a team in the Eagles last year who won a Super Bowl with their second string back going down and Darren Sproles. So you can't use injury as a reason to suck.
yeah, but they
You know,
also
you gotta have depth.
they also picked up Jay Giles when he did go down there.
Huh?
They also picked up Jay Giles when Sproles did go down there.
They picked up Jared Jab before he went down, but I'm just saying, he still was a key component of what they like to do. What they did was add Clement, the boy Clement. Every team want that change of pace running back. Regardless of how good your starting running back is, I mean, every team want that little small dude that can, catch the ball out of the backfield.
That's hard to see. You can just maneuver around them 6 foot linemen.
Clement did it. He won the Super Bowl. I mean, he caught the pass and at the end of that, he won the Super Bowl.
Which is basketball team?
Phoenix Suns.
How you feel about it?
We are, right now, we're just rebuilding. A lot of rebuilding. In time, we're going to be all right.
I think they're going to be all right, man. I honestly do. I mean, I'm looking at your team and I'm seeing DeAndre Ayton. Devin Booker ready to take that out of the ball. I mean, you got a nice little core. You got Trevor Reeves, TJ Warren. You got some pieces.
But I think that's what we really need help with.
At the wing, what about Josh Jackson?
I mean, he gonna develop. He's a good player.
Pretty good D3 player.
Yeah. But we just need maybe another star. But I mean, I said another star. Most people don't look at Devin Booker as a star. He's a star.
He is a star. 22, averaging 24.
I would say like with a lot of the NBA, you just need like another big man, somebody that's going to create like a little double team or whatever, just to free up other people as far as like on pick and rolls and all that other good stuff or whatever. Like, and it don't even necessarily matter if it's a player that's on there. They don't just need a big name to kind of intimidate people a little bit. Whatever.
At the same time, I can't even say we need another player. They just young.
Nobody just young, Just keep your core together. And in 2 or 3 years, Josh Jackson might be a Kawhi Leonard type. At least a Jaylen Brown from Boston. It's the same skill set. You just gotta let it play out. So, hey.
All right.
This might sound crazy. I think we're just right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Might sound crazy.
You know what? That's exactly how I like to think I say. People say stuff like that. I love it.
I just love it.
It's a perfect way to go out.
Yeah.
But I mean, if Durant do go over there, then that might quiet all this hate because I know I said fuck him when he went to Golden State.
Yeah.
But I felt like that was a coward move or whatever. But I mean, if he do go to the Suns or whatever, and then he win the championship, then I would personally compare him to LeBron. But as of right now, all right. But that's Sports Base Radio, man. I mean, we're gonna be back to y'all real soon or whatever. Like, just stay tuned. We always somewhere working, man. Sports Base Radio, your favorite source of sports and hip hop, and we out.
Welcome back to another part of the Corner Store, and I want to introduce a friend of mine, Jersey Mike. All right, Jersey Mike, so what's going on with you?
What's going on, people? A lot is going on.
All right.
And thank you for having me on my own show.
No problem.
First, I want to shout out to Shan for allowing us to be here in her
Most
shop.
definitely.
No doubt.
She went out her way to help me put all this together, and it's a big thing. Thank you, Shan.
Well, that's up.
You're the true MVP.
Right.
All right. So let me get into why we're all here. We was here to showcase entrepreneurs, local entrepreneurs, and being one myself,
You always do it.
it was only right that I showcase what I have as well. So, if people don't know by now, I have a clothing line called Thinking Apparel. Right now, we're dealing mostly with caps, dad hats, and snapbacks. We have some t-shirts as well. I don't have none with me at this time, but we're getting into the t-shirt line and sweaters and hoodies and stuff like that too in the near future.
That's what's up.
That's
Thank
nice.
Yeah.
No, they like, so I see it more like with
Yeah, the
the,
strap. Yeah,
they got the straps on. I like those.
they're adjustments.
Like baseball caps kind of so.
So yeah, it's
Yeah.
like one size fit all. So you can't go wrong with that.
Right. Now, do you do like, so one side you talking kids or just more adults?
If your kid has a big head, he can fit it. I know some kids can fit it, so, but yeah, mostly for adults, but kids can also wear it too.
Okay. Now shirts. You got shirts, right? So you're gonna be doing, is it mostly adults or you're gonna be doing kid size shirts?
Right now, we're gonna do adults. We're
Okay.
focusing mostly on adults.
Okay.
On things, pick up and everything, but we'll go down to the kid size and stuff like that. But mostly our shirts are unisex, so both men and women.
All right, then go ahead. You need to tell a history of how you came with them.
Thinking, yeah, that's an interesting story. Well, it started off with my partner. His daughter, Destiny, and himself was at a kitchen table one day. He was trying to think about something, and he had basically a brain fog. So his daughter, who was I think probably 8 or 9 at the time, was like, "Dad, use your thinking cap." And it basically sparked something in him to come up with these hats and stuff like that. So credit to Dave for coming up with this brand and allowing me to partner with him, and Buddha as well. Buddha's our other partner.
Okay. Cool. And give them your price ranges, what's your price range?
Everything's $25. We try to keep it nice and simple. We don't want to vary. But shirts, hats, $25.
Gotcha.
And as far as the logo goes, like how did you come up with the design for your logo for the brand?
The logo came out basically with the word thinking.
Okay.
So we didn't want to just have a plain word thinking. So we kind of flipped some of the letters around, and you can see right here, the eyes are turned upside down.
Oh, okay.
To give it that uniqueness. Of thinking. The actual symbol, the guy, is a variation that we've seen on Google. We looked at some designs, this, that, and the third. We have an art designer kind of tweaked it a little bit so it would be our own.
Okay.
And we ran from there. It's a dope concept.
Yeah, it is.
We're basically trying to have and spark people to use creative thinking in our brand.
Good, that's what we all need to do. And coming from a teacher, I think we all need to do some brainstorming and thinking. Look out. What else you have? I see you wanted to talk about something else.
Yes. special shout out to Tori Patterson. She is a remarkable person. Ever since I met her, she's just been true to herself and her brand. And her brand is Who Am I? And she has some T-shirts here that she has with the brand name on it, and it's basically to market her spiritual CD. She's a gospel singer.
Okay.
So the Who Am I T-shirt line and the gospel music all
Comes together.
comes together. All
Okay.
into one. And it's basically the same thing to get people to be creative and think positive within themselves.
Yeah.
Really kind of check into like, who am I? See yourself a strong black woman. See yourself a strong, intelligent, funny man at times.
I got you. Though.
Yeah. She would have loved to be here. I told her I'll go ahead and rep her brand. So basically, you can go ahead and check her out and order your own T-shirts from her personally through Facebook.
Okay.
Tori Patterson, inbox her, and she'll get right with you prompt. She got different sizes and color ranges. Like I said, right here you got the red, you got the blue. She has the
Your
white.
hat and her shirt goes together.
Yeah, it do.
They do. Wonderful color.
Talented, gifted individual.
Same color. Same exact color.
Alright. So
Also, wanted to bring mention to Cody. Early on the show, I heard y'all mention his name. I definitely wanted him to be here as well.
get all this beautiful artwork.
Very talented individual. And so you can basically reach him on Facebook as well. His name is Cody Owens. He's the owner of Owens Originals. Just check out his work. Anybody you ask, definitely vouch for him.
Doing it for a long time.
Also, I want to give a shout out to your YouTube channel. You know, I've been talking to a lot of people that's been trying to book some venues as far as pictures and whatnot. Tell them how to hit you up with that also.
Okay, yeah. I'm a man of many hats. So I also do photography, videography on the side, besides hosting parties and podcasts. So if you want to reach out to me, definitely you can reach me on Facebook, Jersey Mike, Instagram, Music Wild Live, YouTube channel, Music Wild Live, Twitter, Music Wild Live. Whatever you need, I can basically give it to you.
Definitely got the camera for it.
Yeah, I got that camera work for you.
Yeah.
Alright, so this concludes another segment. Go ahead.
You know, in this thing, we definitely got to give a shout out to our sponsors. Once again, I want to give a shout out to Sharon Washington and Lace, Sleepy Boutique for allowing us to be here. I want to give a shout out to my mother's sister's son, who also sponsors us. It's another
family.
Podcast. It's definitely family. It's a podcast out in New Jersey. And Silent Rod Entertainment, who also helped us sponsor this event. Shout out to all of them, and hopefully we can bring you more stuff like this.
Yeah, combine, you know, the community. It's all about the community-based. Positivity, you got all this negativity out here in social media and everything, but you know, you got to flood it with positivity.
Amen.
You know, so I think that this is something that we should, you know, applaud and hit the views up. You know, bring this, you know, to your conversation instead of, you know, who got in a fight on World Star or anything like that. So, you know, I think this was a great success.
Yeah, it's nice.
No doubt. And I want to give a shout out to everyone that's watching. Just fill your life with positivity. And we about to be out. I want to give a shout out to my co-host Tanyetta, myself, the Dab Daddy, Mr. Z, Jersey Mike, and all the people that show support. Got to give it to Quan, Rain, and my boy Malik Nash, his little shoe repair.
Sports Page Radio held their own over here.
They did great.
Got me hyped.
You had to jump in there.
And you need to jump up there. No doubt. So, once again,
speaking of, definitely. Come on, bring it in.
I want to give a shout out to my little cousin Tamara. Y'all please go support her clothing
Her
line.
clothing line.
I got it on right now.
Definitely dope.
Follow her on
Love it.
Instagram. It's AREMATIA Clothing Co. on Instagram. You got some dope stuff, so please go.
Definitely.
No doubt.
Definitely dope.
And one more thing before we actually close out too. We've been trying to close out for the last 3 minutes. I gotta mention this too. Be on the lookout for Maven Clothing.
Okay.
Maven the Scent. That joint's gonna be big. It's gonna be big. I guarantee you. It's gonna flood that timeline pretty soon and stuff like that. But my boy Quan, he came up with this brilliant idea for this clothing line, and I'm basically 100% behind it. So Maven the Scent will come up next year. I'm glad you missed your cousin too. I almost forgot about her. She wanted to be here as well. Alright?
Alright. Alright. Good? And like that, we out.